Hello YouTube, it's Slim the Bug Guy, and today we're going to be looking for copperheads. Now if you don't know, copperheads are a pretty venomous snake here in North America. Up here there is a small population of them. It's pretty unlikely that I will find any, but if you're seeing this video, obviously I found something. I don't know what it is, I'll probably put it in the title or something. Hopefully it's a copperhead, I don't know, just watch the damn video. So yeah, let's get to hunting. All right, so I'm gonna start on the beaten path here until I can get to a nice clearing. Hot May days like this, it's 80 degrees right now. Perfect copperhead time. So I figured if there's a day when I'm gonna find a copperhead, today's probably gonna be that day. Half day at school, just get out here. There may even be one on the trail here. I kind of doubt that though. Most snakes, including copperheads, are very shy. So they tend to stay off the beaten path. However, these boulders here on this trail are pretty good. They like to hide behind stuff like that. So I will keep my eyes peeled. They do tend to blend in pretty well, but I think I can spot one if I were to see it. So yeah, this way it should take me up to some boulder faces pretty soon. It's not a very long trip because the area that I'm in, most of the woods are covered in these huge boulders. So you can see some obviously on the ground here, but some of them do get much bigger. There was a bear spotted here, I think actually just the other day. Not here in particular, but just in this area. So, I assume, I'm 90% sure it's a black bear, which don't normally attack humans. But then again, you have Darsh Patel. In 2021, I believe, a hiker was actually bitten by a copperhead on this mountain. Yeah, so all these crevices, like I said, these hot spring days are perfect. Ooh, spider. Let's see. This looks like a nice spot for them. But there are far more to look into here. This is a nice rock, and it's the first rock on this trail. But like I said, there's more later on. Also, this is not a snake I can grab with my hands. So I'm gonna be using this snake grabber. I could not find my snake hook. It's fine. But yeah, this is my May copperhead hunt. Well, I was flipping rocks, and this is not a copperhead, but this is a beautiful southern ringneck snake. Look at this guy. Such a cool little find. Even if we don't find a copperhead, we did not get skunked today. Oh, he's pooping, which is what you like to see. Well, not the pooping, but not getting skunked. These guys are just adorable. It's always a treat to find them. They are little mildly venomous colubrids. Just look at that. Incredible. You can tell it's a southern because of the patterning on the belly. You can see those little half moon marks. But yeah, wow. I'm gonna put this little rock structure I had to kind of destroy to get him back together. All right, buddy. See ya. That's a cool find. All right, so right here we have huge boulder pile. This is actually just part of the trail. This is what I'm talking about when you go to the West Coast. The trails are a lot more clear. But on the East Coast, you get this, which, don't get me wrong, I grew up on this. I love this. It's a nice sense of adventure. It's just interesting to see the differences. There's a vulture up here, and he is pissed off. And I didn't get it on video, but he came out here and started hissing. or she. I'm guessing it's a female with eggs. Thing is, I don't really have a, like, this is where the trail goes. Ooh, look at that thing. Oh, look, there's an egg. That's what she's protecting. What a good parent. Actually, what a good parent. Don't worry. Gonna go around it. Oh, there's a nice little pond here. Wish I had my pole. I don't. Either way, it doesn't look, well, actually from the other side it does look pretty accessible. I think I'm still gonna go down to check for some water snakes potentially. And turtles, obviously. This is cool. There's also some kind of structure up ahead. We are now on the more beaten part of the trail. So yeah, we're gonna go see what that thing is. And well, there's another structure there. Well, there may be squatters up there and there. So I don't want to get into a risky situation. So I'm not gonna go inside, I don't think. But just take a look. All right, so there appears to be a well. Looks like not very deep. Let's see. Is this window open? No. But we're gonna go take a look. The pond is also right here. So I'm gonna take a look. See if we can see any fish from here. Also any Nerodia. Wow. It looks like they have sealed off this building for God knows what reason. Unless, oh, never mind. Definitely no squatters in here. This is really cool. Doing a bit of urbexing on our adventure here. Tons of mud dauber nests. Would you look at that? Up here, looks like there's another floor. This is, I mean, if you put any pressure on this, I think it's all gonna fall, so I'm not gonna climb up there. But wow, this is a nice little spot. Say you were stranded up here, you could probably spend the night. Granted, you wouldn't get very much protection from the elements. I'm gonna have to do a little research into this place, see how old it is, and what purpose it has, aside from being really cool. Me from the future here. So I did a little bit of research, and it's called the Pond House. I wonder why. It was built somewhere in the 20th century. It's not entirely known. It is basically, it used to be a very like agricultural area up there, and it's one of the old, some sort of farm building. I don't know what it was for exactly, but it's a popular spot for hikers to stop. But yeah, if you're into agriculture, I couldn't find a huge amount of info about it, but just let me know what its purpose could have been. Right here, at this nice, pretty pond. Definitely gonna fish here next time. But you know, I didn't think of that. This looks like a pretty good herping spot too. Let's scan the perimeter for Nerodia, as well as snapping turtles, and you know, really any turtles. But yeah, this is a pretty enough pond. Look at this. Ooh. All right, I see a bluegill. Let's see. Oh, plenty of very small panfish in here. And these are waterproof boots, but they can overflow. Like the water can go over the waterproof part. Hey, this is a nice little spot. I wouldn't be surprised if there were bass further out here. I really don't know. Oh, there's some disturbance there. Not sure what that was. It looks a little shallow. Granted, I don't know how deep it gets in the middle, but this is definitely a spot worth revisiting. Look at this, some nice structure. Oh, frog just jumped. Look at that. Probably a green frog. I'm sure this place would be alive with noise at night. Surprised I haven't seen a water snake yet. Look at these roots. It's pretty neat. Well, I could have definitely prepared better for this. Just freshly out of water, and I don't even know. I'm probably like half an hour into this hike. Not really where I want to be yet, and I'm still thirsty. Ooh, there's a bass. Oh, that's or no. Yes, it's a largemouth. Let's see. All right, so there are bass in here. It's really a matter of, I don't have my pole. Otherwise, y'all already know I'd be fishing here. But probably not for very long, because like I said, the goal of today is to find some copperheads. That's looking pretty unlikely, given as I just ran out of water. Can't really go too much further, unfortunately. The last thing you want is to get dehydrated. It's really not safe. On top of that, I have a 45-minute bike ride back to my house. So, you know, that's also something to consider when making my decision on how long to stay out here. Yeah, wow. This was, oh, big bluegill, big bluegill out there. Look at that. Yeah, this is actually a huge bummer. It's probably the best day for copperheads, at least in the foreseeable future. But it looks like I'm gonna have to cut this short. You know, I think this will still make a decent video. A lot of yapping, but you know, we found some cool spots. And I will definitely be doing a longer video. All right, coming up on this house. This one's a little more daunting. It's a little bigger, not something I feel very comfortable exploring on my own, to be honest. It's also padlocked. So one of the windows is open. I'm gonna look in there. I swear to God. All right, it's mostly empty. If I'm being honest, I don't really want to know what's in that room. It's boarded. Oh, that might have a snake on it. We shall see. This whole area, in fact, might have some good debris. Oh yeah, look at that. This is why abandoned houses and buildings are good for herping as well, because it's all these little boards. Usually, that one was a dud, but still have the one on the other side. I did touch poison ivy. I'm not allergic, but you know, you can become allergic, and I don't want that to happen. But here's the big board. We're gonna check this and then start the trek back down. Come on! Oh no! That was a big snake. That was a big. Did you guys see that? That had to have been a black racer. Oh, that sucks. Damn. That was very cool. He was right down there. Ah, that is. Oh, there's a milk snake. I'm so glad I reflipped this. I somehow did not see this gorgeous milk snake, but this is absolutely incredible. Look at this. This is, yesterday we got that gorgeous black rat snake. This guy is partially in shed, you can see. Let me just flip this one more time because who knows, maybe I missed another thing. Okay, I'm about 100% sure I didn't miss anything this time. Look at these. These are tent caterpillars. They're called that. I think you can tell why. Not so much on this one, but on the way back I'll try to find one that looks more like a tent. But they build these web-like structures, very, very common here in the spring months, especially late spring. Yeah, so this is always a little finicky going back down. Obviously because of these rocks, which could pretty easily come loose. But this is a trail. I mean, at least I assume so, because the trail literally leads right into this. Although this does seem to be natural, I don't think they placed these rocks here. All right, back on my bike now. I'm definitely gonna be better equipped next time. Ran out of water, I am parched. All right guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I ended up just going home, got some water here. That was a really cool hike. Definitely gonna go back with more water, and on a day when, you know, probably like a weekend, when I can actually spend more time. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.